Hello students, how are you all? So in the previous video we have discussed about thunderstorm, and in this video we will be discussing about cyclones and tornado. So let us know what is a cyclone. A cyclone is a huge revolving storm caused by very high speed winds blowing around a central area of very low pressure in the atmosphere. Generally these cyclones, they are formed over the sea or ocean water when the ocean water is around 27 degrees Celsius, means it should be warm. When the air is warm, then it forms a low pressure zone and all the airs from the surrounding come to that place. Now that low pressure zone is known as the center of the cyclone, and it is called the eye of the cyclone. And this eye has a diameter of about 10 to 30 kilometers, and the whole cyclone is around 150 kilometer, and the wind blowing there is around 150 kilometer per hour to 250 kilometer per hour. In Hindi we call it chakravat or bavandar. So now we will know how these cyclones are formed. The sun heats the seawater and the warm moist air rises up very rapidly. This creates a low pressure zone and the air around it rushes in this low pressure zone. As the warm air rises up, it condenses and forms clouds. These are thunder clouds. As the clouds are formed, so they release a large amount of heat. When the vapor is getting converted into droplets, they release some heat, and that heat is the latent heat. This heat again heats the air and the air moist air rises up. So this creates a low pressure zone. And as you know, the earth rotates. Due to the rotation of the earth, the wind near the low pressure, they move in a spiral direction. That means they move spirally and they form a tunnel of low pressure. This weather condition, consisting of a system of high speed winds revolving around a central area of very low pressure, is the cyclone. The area of very low pressure at the center of the cyclone is its eye. If you see the vertical section of it, then this is the eye, and when you see the top view, then the eye looks like this. A cyclone is known by different names in different parts of the world. For example, a cyclone is called hurricane in American continent, a cyclone is called typhoon in Japan and Philippines. Cyclones are very destructive. Cyclones cause widespread destruction and loss of life in coastal areas in three ways: by producing extremely high speed winds, by lifting the seawater several meters, and by bringing torrential rain. The tremendous force and high-speed winds accompanied in a cyclone can topple trees, electric poles, telephone poles, vehicles, and damage houses. The fast-moving flood water brought in by cyclone destroy roads, railway tracks, wash away vehicles. Cyclone also bring torrential rain. The continuous heavy rain brought by cyclone may further worsen the flood situation. And flood may cause pollution in drinking water sources. Now let us discuss about some effective safety measures that can be taken by the government. First, cyclone shelter should be constructed. An efficient cyclone forecast and warning service is very essential. The cyclone warning should be communicated rapidly to the concerned government agencies, ports, ships, fishermen, and general public by television or by radio, newspaper, or any such means. And government vehicles should be kept ready to evacuate people likely to be affected by the cyclone. Now, what are the actions on the part of the people before a cyclone hit their area? Now, what we need to do is, do not ignore the cyclone warning. This is the foremost requirement, that is, you should never ignore a cyclone warning. Make necessary arrangement to shift the essential household goods and domestic animals to safer places. Keep ready the telephone numbers of all the emergency service such as fire brigade, hospitals, police, and we should be always prepared to evacuate in a very short notice given by the government authorities. Last but not the least, what are the precautions to be taken after the cyclone hits an area? First of all, do not drink water that could be contaminated by floods. Do not touch any electric wires or switches or fallen electric power lines. Then do not enter a damaged building or flood waters. Now, do not go out just for sake of fun. Keep listening to the local radio for advice and go out when it is safe to do. Now let us know about tornadoes. What are tornadoes? Tornado is a violent storm with a column of rapidly rotating winds, having the appearance of a dark, funnel-shaped cloud that reaches the sky to the ground. Now, the center of the tornado has very low pressure. So, the funnel of the tornado sucks dust, debris, everything else near its base. A tornado moves on the surface of the land or on the surface of the sea with very high speed winds. A violent tornado can travel at a speed of 300 km per hour. Now, what are the destruction caused by the tornadoes? Now, tornadoes can also uproot trees, electric poles, telephone pole, disrupting power supply and telecommunication. Tornadoes may even lift people and vehicles off the ground and throw them hundreds of meters away. Tornado can cause extensive damage to the buildings. Now, what precautions you can take to protect yourself from a tornado? What you can do, you can take shelter in a room situated deep inside the house without any doors or window, or you can hide inside the basement. Now next, if you cannot find a room without window or even basement is not available, then you can shut the doors and windows and you can take shelter under a sturdy table. And if you are on a vehicle, if you are driving or if you are riding, then you should get out of your vehicle and you should take shelter in a safe place. And last but not the least, stay away from fallen electric wires and stay out from the damaged areas. Now, these are the precautions or these are the protection methods that you can use to protect yourself. Hope I was able to explain you about cyclones and tornadoes. If you have any queries, you can drop it down in the comment section. Till then, be at home. Bye.